This is Tank's Vlog, April 18th, 2018, wrapping up today in sports. The Shrinky Dinks actually rose to the occasion! It's a miracle! It's a miracle! It's a miracle! Yes, that's right, Washington Capitals down 2-0 on the road at Nationwide Arena with the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have never won a playoff series, up 2-0, winning both their first 2 games in Washington, whatever they call that their new name for the arena. I still think of it the Verizon Center. And once again, Capitals blew leads. They had a 1-0 lead, gone. 2-0 lead, gone. Overtime, and they just get the lucky bounce. They get the lucky bounce in double overtime. Lars Eller puts the puck home. And now the Capitals are back in the series. It's 2-1. Columbus now faces a must-winning game 4. Now they got all the pressure. You know, today was the day of the expansion teams. There's no secret. The NHL expanded too fast 20 years ago. They added the Sharks in 1991. And then they added 4 teams in 2 years with Tampa, Ottawa, Florida, and Anaheim all joining the league. Then they did it again. They went to 4 teams in 3 years at the turn of the century. Nashville came in, and now the Predators, they're a legitimate threat to win the Stanley Cup. But the Atlanta Thrashers, they never won a playoff game. They moved to Winnipeg, and now they've won their first playoff game. And today, they won another big game. 2-0 lead, 2-0 win against Minnesota Wild. They now lead the series 3-1. They're going home, and they could win their first series ever. And then to the next year, they added the Wild. The Wild, of course, lost to Winnipeg today. Wild, talk about a team falling apart. Ryan Sutter gets hurt at the end of the season. Now they lost Zach Parise again. I mean, talk about a team that just is just so ravaged by injuries. They got a chance if they ever got everything together to make a run at the Stanley Cup. They got some good players, but they just not healthy. It just was not their year. And that Winnipeg is probably going to close this series out rather quickly. And it'll be the first time that a Winnipeg's won a series in the NHL since 1987. This is the second incarnation. Remember, the first incarnation is now the Arizona Coyotes. They did not get back their history, which they should. They should get their... I personally think the new Winnipeg Jets should get back the old Jets history. It happened in the NBA when the Pelicans changed their name, when the Hornets became the Pelicans, and they gave the Hornets name back to Charlotte. They gave them back their history. Why can't the Coyotes give back the Jets their history? But those expansion teams and the Columbus Blue Jackets, they were the worst of the bunch. They were the worst of the bunch. It took them forever to make the playoffs. They made the playoffs once in their first, 15 years. Now they've made it, 3 out of the last 5 years. This is the first time last year and this year, the first time they ever made the playoffs back-to-back years. And they've never won a playoff series. But now they're up 2-1. They have a chance to win their first playoff series. And, of course, then you got the ultimate expansion team, the one that I can't... mind-boggling expansion team is the Vegas Golden Knights. It took them 1 year, 1 season to make the playoffs. First year in the playoffs, and they're already in the second round, sweeping the Los Angeles Kings 4-0. Today it was a 1-0 win as Marc-Andre Fleury, the first player chosen in the expansion draft. You see, this is how the Knights really got lucky. The Penguins had a really good goalie in Marc-Andre Fleury. And then he struggled a little bit in the playoffs here and there. And Matt Murray got hot. Matt Murray took him to the Cup 2 years ago. And Matt Murray ultimately won the job over Marc-Andre Fleury. Now, Fleury played a lot last year's postseason, but Murray got the job towards the end after Fleury faltered a little bit in Ottawa and won the Cup. So, when the expansion draft came along, the Penguins could only save one goalie. They chose Murray, who's really good, obviously, while exposing Marc-Andre Fleury to the expansion draft. And Vegas swooped him up first pick, as everyone expected. And he just had a magical playoff series. Magical. He only allowed 3 goals in 4 games, 2 shutouts, 2 1-0 shutouts, a 2-1 win in overtime. He cannot be playing any better. And the Vegas Golden Knights are now into the second round. NBA on Tuesday night. So a big game by the Celtics. I mean, they really came out and smoked the Bucks tonight. Giannis Antetokounmpo had a big game, but the Celtics team effort, 120-106 winner. Is there a better coach in the NBA than Brad Stevens? Is there really a better coach? There's no better coach than Brad Stevens. In Toronto, the Raptors just blew the doors off the Wizards. The Wizards made a little slight run early fourth quarter, but then the Raptors smoked them. Absolutely smoked them. DeMar DeRozan, 37 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And the Pelicans won a second straight game in Portland. Today was Drew Holiday, who had a big day with 33 points and 9 assists, as the Pelicans beat the Trailblazers 111-102. And now that series is 2-0, and it's coming to New Orleans. So if Portland wants a chance to win the series, they got to do the same thing the Pelicans just did. Win 2 on the road. And now we go to baseball. You just knew after Monday the Mets were going to be flat on Tuesday, and they were flat on Tuesday. Zach Wheeler did not pitch badly. He got the loss. He did allow 3 runs, but he got a quality start. Mets had so many chances to come up and tie the game, but every time they just failed with runners in scoring position. Horribly failing. Todd Frazier had his worst game as a Met, struck out several times. Golden sombrero for him, and then you had Jose Reyes. Oh, God. They have got to get rid of Jose Reyes. I am so sick and tired of Jose Reyes. Now, I will tell you this. I was his biggest Jose Reyes fan when he first came up with the Mets. His first go-around with the Mets was terrific. He won a batting title kind of cheaply, of course, in his last game. But when you talk about all-time Met shortstops, Jose Reyes is at the top of the list. He's one of the best Mets of all time. But he is garbage in 2018. He is 36 years old, allegedly. I've always, there's always a lot of fudging going on with ages. Because when he came up, he was 19. And he just turned 20. Was just about to turn 20. And I've never... He's an old 36. He's got a lot of miles on that body. And 0 for 17, he does not look like he has any clue what he's doing at the plate. And behind the plate, the Mets catchers just can't catch anybody. They got to do it. They got to pull the trigger. If a catcher becomes available, they have got to pull the trigger. I see Tom Watson need out, and I don't see anything that makes me think this guy is going to be good. Jose Lobaton? He's Jose Lobaton. We've seen Kevin Plawecki. We've seen what he can do, and mostly it's what he can't do. And Travis d'Arnaud is just awful. They need a catcher. Period. Yankees, meanwhile, did they lay a stink bomb today? Masahiro Tanaka got tattooed by the AAA Miami Marlins. 9-1 loss. The Yankees are 8-8, 4-4 at home. Giancarlo Stanton just can't hit a beach ball at this moment. He's getting booed. It's getting ugly. And I tell you what, maybe you can't blame all this on Aaron Boone, but there's something wrong with this team. They're making tons of errors. Their bullpen's not good. There has to be something going on there. Elsewhere, Blue Jays swept a doubleheader, beating the Royals 11-3 in the first game and 5-4 in the nightcap. Kansas City Royals are an absolute mess right now. 3-12, 7 straight losses. Tigers beat the Orioles 4-2. Rockies beat the Pirates 2-0 in a freezing PNC Park in Puerto Rico. Francisco Lindor thrilled the hometown fans, beating the Minnesota Twins 6-1. It was the Rangers 7-2 over the dreadful Rays. 4-13 is the Rays' current record. Phillies beat the Braves 5-1, scoring 4 runs in the 10th inning. It was the Brewers 2-0 winners over the dreadful Cincinnati Reds. Cardinals beat the Cubs 5-3 in a classic pitcher's duel. It was Patrick Corbin carrying a no-hitter late in the game and just out-pitching Johnny Cueto barely, Cueto only allowed 2 hits, as the Diamondbacks beat the Giants 1-0. I mean, just perfect pitcher's duel. Classic pitcher's duel. It was the A's 10-2 winners over the White Sox. It was the Red Sox humbling Shohei Ohtani with a 10-1 whooping of the Angels. Shohei Ohtani just did not have it tonight. The Red Sox had 8 runs in the first couple innings. Ohtani left for a blister, they're saying. He just got bombarded as Mookie Betts hit 3 home runs. And the Astros beat the Mariners 4-1. And in a game that's not going to end before my nightly vlog, the Dodgers and Padres are 3-3 in the 12th inning. Today's 3 stars are Marc-Andre Fleury of the Golden Knights with his 31-save shutout, Patrick Corbin with his complete Game 1 hitter, and Connor Hellebuck, who had 30 saves in his shutout for the Jets against the Wild. Today's birthday shutout goes to one of the best offensive linemen in the last 25 years, Willie Roaf, who turns 48. And we take a look back to 1923, when baseball in the Bronx began, as the Yankees played their first game at Yankee Stadium, with Babe Ruth naturally hitting the first home run. So check out the full story at Barstool Sports and its Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.